Hello, hello, hello. Oh wow, we're starting off early. We like immediately get a fucking bot in here. Hold on. Bot in here. Let me hop in and remove. And then a report. Cool beans. Anyways. Happy Valentine's Day. Or happy... What's the other one? Like Happy Singles Day or Happy... Happy Holiday. We have Dat Damn Doctor and Gay Mangoes and Pam Simpson. Pepper, I was laughing at the comment you made while I was on mute. The Bread I Just Cooked is a Lesbian and She Eats My Ass by Chuck Tingle. And Pam Simpson and Amy Ramirez. An Evil Little McNugget. This dweeb in my speech class kept speaking in broken Japanese. Oh no. Was he like, kawaii desu, sugoi? I gotta look for my husband. So, this week, we got Mandy S. and Sad Face and Craigo and Becca. So, this week, obviously, I'm still gonna be streaming. It's just gonna be on a bit of a shifted schedule because my husband is working from home this week and we share an office space. And when he works from home, he has to be on... He can't be on mute. He's got to be on the microphone. So, I don't think, his instructor, because he's getting training, I don't think his instructor wants to hear me talking about Lauren's literal asshole. So, I've decided to just shift it slightly a couple hours, to when his stuff ends. But I'll still be here. I'll still be here. We had some exciting news over the weekend. I hit 500 subscribers. Now, subscribers, I don't, like, I'm not gonna say I don't care, because it's like, that's a lot of people who give a shit about my content. When I mean I don't care, I mean I don't care about, like, the numbers. Like, I'm not, like, sitting there watching the clock being like, oh, I'm gonna be the biggest YouTuber ever, I gotta get all the subscribers. It's just, it's nice, and I feel appreciated, and I appreciate you for subscribing to my channel and finding my content interesting. So, thank you, chat. And thank you, subs, for subscribing. And here's to many more friends in the future. Oh, I just hit my microphone. Your husband's coworkers deserve to hear the literally works of Chuck Tingle. You know they do. Why don't your coworkers want to hear Chuck Tingle?
Because I don't want to get sent to HR.
To my recently broke up friends, happy Independence Day. Yeah. Happy, like, whether you're celebrating love or you're celebrating being in a good spot with yourself while single, you know, we celebrate that too. This is just a day of celebration, you know? My husband and I don't really celebrate the day because we're like, it's a corporate dumb holiday. But at the same time, I like the concept behind it where it's like, you can sit and really take time to appreciate what you have. So it's like, I like the concept. I like celebrating the concept of Valentine's Day, and we usually get, like, slightly more expensive dinners on Valentine's Day, but... Happy Get Chocolate 50% off tomorrow day! Hell yeah! Exactly. It's about pink and red and hearts and candy. It's about heart-shaped balloons with Dan. Celebrating Singles Day. Well, happy Singles Day, Amy Ramirez. So... We're here. I'm here to say, we're gonna read some Chuck Tingle. I got requests. Hi, DJ Payne. Welcome. Well, listen, you don't understand. Me and Molly loved each other. My husband and I are playing Pirate and Maiden tonight. I don't know what that is, but I hope you have fun. So, I've got 3 Chuck Tingle stories. I have purchased all 3 of these. Well, okay, I purchased 2 of them, and the third one is like a bonus story that's at the back of another one, and it has to do with, like, politics. Well, okay, the second and third one have to do with politics, but I thought they were funny because they were hitting it really hard on the nose. So, if you don't want to hear, me ragging on Trump supporters, then after the first story, feel free to leave. I will not be offended. Because that's what the second story is about. And it's not, I didn't buy that book specifically for this stream. It's just, I already had it in my library because I unironically read Chuck Tingle. So I haven't read this one yet, so I'm excited. It is the one about Lindsey Graham's ladybugs. You went hiking with your Great Danes? That sounds fun as fuck. Happy 200% more Hinge matches day. No more random Predator chat log. No, so that damn doctor, if you look on the screen, it's gonna go away in a second. But, I have a schedule now. So Monday is like weird internet shit, which has sort of just turned into me reading fan fictions on Mondays, because you know what, it's fun. Tuesdays is when I do Lorne content. Wednesday is when I do, like, the chat logs. I keep saying I'm gonna stream on Thursday, and then I don't because I'm a motherfucker, so I apologize, but my Thursday streams, when I do occasionally do them, they are on Twitch, but again, I'm a bastard and a motherfucker, and feel free to call me that. Valentine's Day is a purely commercial holiday with minimal religious or cultural roots. Quit letting these folks scam you out of money. Exactly! Like, I celebrate it in our own way. Like, we celebrate it in our own way. We don't go out of our way to be like, let's go get, like, heart-shaped candy. And as much as I love stuffed animals, I don't really get Valentine's Day stuffed animals because I'm like, well, I'm feeding into the corporate machine. So we usually just get a nice dinner and we're like, haha, I love you. Hey, I love you.
I love you too.
Pink is nice. I do like pink. I might be happy. I might need an extra shot of insulin because of all the candy day. # diabetes. All right, let's hold on. I have a thing here. Hold on. I have to import it real quick because I forgot to do it before I started because I'm a bastard motherfucker. That is true. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. Buy things that make you happy. Yeah, that is true. It's just kind of like how I view everything else. Just like moderation. Do what makes you happy. No shame in if you do like going to buy candy on Valentine's Day and like celebrate it as most people do. I just don't. Alright, let's see. Browse. Oh, that is way too big. And I didn't... Shit, hold on. Hold on! Hold on! Alright, we move this. We'll put that here. Hello? Okay. And then... Damn, I should have fucking... I should have done this first. Okay. And then we... Fit to screen. There we go! Capitalism kind of sucks, but I say that typing on my LG smartphone using Comcast internet. Yeah, no, I don't feel guilty for participating in capitalism. It's just...
You can still hate the system while participating in it begrudgingly.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I am. I'm like, I fucking hate capitalism as I go to fucking CVS and buy like 30 pounds of gummy bears. Alright, so the first one we have... Hello, everyone! The first one we have is... Pounded in the butt by the sentient physical manifestation of Valentine's Day. And like the sentient physical manifestation of Valentine's Day is literally just like just like a dude with a bunch of like he's like a guy, it's a guy's face plastered on like a swarm of hearts. Think like a bee swarm, but it's hearts and there's a dude's face on it. Would you like to see? I showed my husband. He was doing that thing where he was like looking over like he wanted to see but like wasn't gonna say anything, so I was like, you wanna look at it?
No, I was going to say check your Discord.
Oh no, hold on. What did you send me? Why?
Because the tax man filed me as single, not as married, because I didn't upload your thing in time. So I need him to refile it.
My wallet is upstairs.
God damn it.
It's upstairs. I think in my jacket? Sorry, we're talking about adult things. Whose butt is it? Is it Lord's butt and his literal asshole? Yeah, exactly. Don't feel pressured to buy stuff if you don't want to. And also don't feel pressured to not buy stuff because people don't want you to buy stuff. Just, you know, do what makes you happy. As long as you're not hurting nobody else. Alrighty. Pounded in the Butt by the Sentient Physical Manifestation of Valentine's Day by Chuck Tingle. I'm not a negative guy. See, the thing about Chuck Tingle is the books are actually fucking competent, and I love that. Like, I have noticed, and this isn't a criticism of Chuck Tingle himself, he puts out so many books that I've noticed a lot of times the sex scenes are pretty much copy-pasted, which, again, he writes so many fucking books, and he writes a bunch of books that keep up with pop culture and just stuff going on. So I understand if he copy-pastes the dick sucking, you know. I'm not a negative guy. At least I try not to be. But when it comes to Valentine's Day, it's hard to have a sunny outlook. It's not the... Ooh. Sorry, my husband just gave me a atomic fireball, and they are delicious candies. It's not that the holiday has no purpose, and I can appreciate the fact that millions of people are out there spending February 14th with their lovers, chatting happily over a delicious dinner date, or having at it between the sheets. This celebration of love and sex is ultimately a great thing. The problem, however, is that not all of us find ourselves with partners to celebrate with. I'm not saying that my love life is completely stale, and I've been in my fair share of relationships that range from serious to fleeting, but for some reason, they always seem to end just weeks before Valentine's Day, leaving me heartbroken and alone. Aww. It's this way every single year, to the point where I've actually kind of grown to expect it. I can't even remember the last time I had someone special in my life when this fateful day finally rolled through. Well, what just happened? Hold on, the book's being weird. What the fuck is it doing? It's... Hold on. Okay, the page order is showing up weird, sorry. This year, of course, is no exception. Instead of sitting back and allowing the annual parade of lonesome feelings to wash over me, however, I've taken upon myself to be proactive in my fight against the Valentine's Day blues. This year, I'm going on the offense, eliminating the holiday from my life completely. What are you doing? My coworker, Hampton, questions, a look of utter confusion plastered across his face. I turn around to smile, a crumpled collection of pink and red construction paper in my hand. Taking down all of the hearts around my cubicle, I offer. I don't think you're supposed to do that, Hampton replies. Someone just hung those up for Valentine's Day. Oh, so he's like the Grinch, but for Valentine's Day. Before the dreaded V word can reach my ears, I swiftly throw up my hands to block it out, refusing to let this dreaded phrase reach my brain. Hampton looks even more confused now. What are you doing? I don't need to know why they hung them up, I tell him, uncupping my hands. I just don't want them here. Finally, Hampton's expression shifts to one of understanding. Oh, I get it. My coworker says, I cannot words. Also, do you need me to send you that stuff from PayPal?
Yes, and I also need the tax documents from your internship.
Right.
Where are those?
They haven't been sent yet.
They legally had to have been by the end of last month.
I guess we'll have to call your mom and see if they sent them over there. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt it with my tax talk. It's just something I thought about because taxes give me anxiety.
Yes, and I very much need those papers.
I mean, worst case scenario, we can go over to my internship and be like, hey. But not tonight because it's going to be fucking busy because it's Valentine's Day. People is whining and dining. Oh, I get it, my coworker says, nodding slightly. You're trying to skip Valentine's Day this year. Once more, I'm forced to put my hands up over my ears, blocking out the sound of this awful, lonesome holiday. I keep my ears covered for a good while, until I'm certain Hampton has stopped talking. Then I remove my hands again. Today is just the day after February 13th and before February 15th, I continue. There's nothing special about that. All right, Hampton finally affirms, giving up. My coworker starts to turn away, but I suddenly call out to stop him in his tracks. The man turns back around to face me. Hey, do you want to hang out after work? I question. Maybe we could go grab a slice of pizza. Nah, man, he's going to get some fuck. I've got plans, Hampton tells me, choosing his words carefully. Nothing special, just plans. Hello, Lawrence Burn phone. I narrow my eyes, knowing exactly what he's getting at, but thankful for his omission of details just the same. To be fair, I can't expect everyone else to come along on this crazy holiday deletion with me, especially those who've coupled up and already have arrangements made. Hampton finally leaves, and I turn back around, settling in as I begin to type away at my desktop computer. Try my best to focus on the task before me, transcribing a variety of documents onto this seemingly never-ending spreadsheet. But I only make it through 4 columns before I start to find myself distracted once again. Hello, Lawrence Burn phone. We are reading Chuck Tingle with some smooth jazz saxophone. I hope y'all are ready. While I had had an easy enough time tearing down the decorations in my cubicle, which had been strung up overnight, there happens to be a massive hanging heart still perfectly visible in my sightline. Oh man, is this guy gonna go tear it down? Unlike the previous decorations, this one is the office's common area, a large open room visible just over the edge of my cubicle wall. Realizing that it's not my place to tear the decoration down, I take a deep breath and then dive back into my spreadsheet once more. But for some reason, I now find it impossible to focus. Regardless of how intently I stare at the screen before me, the pink blur in my peripheral vision always seems to reclaim my attention. I start typing, and then stop again 3 times, each one becoming more frustrating than the last, until finally, I just can't take it anymore. Simmering with frustration, I stand up from my desk and march silently around the corner. Oh shit, he's gonna go do it! He's gonna go tear it down. Hey, I love you. Sorry, I have to get in my daily allotment of telling my husband I love him. Haha, wife bad! Haha, wife bad! Wife bad! Haha, wife bad! Sorry. I get the distinct impression that many eyes are upon me, but now I'm too upset to care. Consequences be damned. This heart is going in the trash. Hampton notices my rage as I stroll by him, trying his best to stop me. Greaves, don't! Oh, this guy's name is Greaves. He hisses. Ignoring his warnings, I step up onto the coffee table, which allows me just enough of a boost to reach up and grab the paper heart. I take the pink symbol firmly in my hands, then tear downward, ripping the thing in half with a loud, pleasurable burst of sound. From there, I continue tearing until the heart has ended up in 10 or 11 small pieces. Oh no, he's still going on a rampage! Yo, he's gonna get, in so much trouble. Unfortunately, my work is not yet finished. From here, I can see a large bowl of heart-shaped candy sitting brazenly on the coffee table below. I reach down and pick up the bowl, then immediately climb off the table. Immediately, I start heading towards the nearest trash bin, then stop when I hear the loud roar of my own name. "Greaves!" my boss screams, a furious tone in his voice. Slowly, I turn around to face him, realizing now that my entire office has stopped what they're doing and are staring at me with shock and disgust. The only sympathy I get is from Hampton, who just stands in the back of the room, shaking his head with empathetic sadness. "Just what the hell do you think you're doing?" my boss asks, red in the face as he stomps towards me. "Do you realize how long those took the interns to hang up?" "I'm sorry," I tell him. "What are you doing with those candies?" my boss continues. I realize now that the fate of this sugary bowl rests literally in the palm of my hand. Hello! Okay. Now it's just me and you guys.
Chat, keep her in line.
My husband says to keep me in line, but I don't think my husband realizes that we're all a bunch of little gremlins who are gonna get up to chaos. I'm holding the heart-shaped candies out directly over the trash can, my arm starting to tremble as it rests in this frozen state of shock. "Greaves, put the bowl down," my boss says, lowering his voice to a tense, coaxing tone. The rest of the office looks on, their eyes completely transfixed, watching this Valentine's Day candy negotiation unfold. There are two sides of my brain furiously battling out within. I obviously don't want to lose my job, and disobeying my boss in such a brazen display would likely result in exactly that. On the other hand, I've committed to skipping Valentine's Day this year, and I can't just let this bowl of candies go unscathed. What if he ate them? What if he just ate the candies? I take a deep breath, then flip the bowl upside down, pouring out the tiny sugar hearts into the trash. "That's it! You're out of here!" bellows my boss. "Get your shit in a box and go home! You're fired!" I don't think it works like that, but... My boss turns around and storms off, leaving me to wallow in the brutal consciousness of my decision. The entire office is silent, but eventually people start to chatter amongst themselves, the sound growing in volume until eventually everyone returns to their business, while I remain frozen in disbelief. Hampton strolls over to me. "You need help clearing your stuff out?" my friend asks. I nod, and the two of us walk back to my cubicle, where a cardboard box is already waiting. Most of my things have been put away, just a few knickknacks left remaining. I carefully begin to arrange them within the brown vessel. When I'm finally finished, I give Hampton a hug and make the long walk of shame over to our office elevator bay. We're on the 44th floor, so I've still got a long way to go. Ding! The elevator bell sounds, and I step inside, letting out a long sigh as the door closes behind me. As the doors close behind me, and the lift begins to slowly travel downward. We don't get very far, however. Ding! The bell rings out again, as we stop just a few floors lower. The elevator doors slide open, and I gasp in shock when I see... Oh shit! Here we go! Here we go, boys! And I gasp in shock when I see the incredible sight before me. I'm not gay, but stepping onto the elevator is one of the most handsome men that I've ever seen in my life. Of course, this is not just any ordinary man. Instead of a typical body made of flesh and blood, this manifested being is a swirling collection of heart symbols in pink and red. They spin together like a slowly shifting tornado, bubbling up with poetic phrases from various love notes in between. Immediately, I try to look away to remove these romantic representations from my brain. "Rough day?" the heart man asks me, nodding towards the box in my hands. "February 14th is always a rough day," I tell him, defeated. "Well, then I guess I'm somewhat to blame," he offers. "I'm sorry." I turn to the swirling collection of hearts. "What do you mean by that?" I like this guy's name. The character's name is really fucking good. The man before me extends his hand, and we exchange a firm shake. I'm Leap Valentine, but you probably know me as the sentient physical manifestation of Valentine's Day. The heart tornado offers. Leap Valentine. I freeze when he says this, my blood running cold. It's okay, Leap says, noting my apprehension. People have mixed feelings about me. I'm used to it. What are you doing here? I blurt. Oh, I'm everywhere today, Leap informs me, spreading the love. I try my best to hold my tongue to continue onward without incident, as I stare blankly at the closed elevator doors before me. All I have to do is keep my mouth shut until we reach the ground floor. Then it's only a few steps through the lobby before I'm home free. Unfortunately, that kind of silence is just a little too much to ask of me at the moment. You know, I'm really mad at you, I finally state, a blunt anger behind my voice. Lots of people are. The sentient manifestation of Valentine's Day offers. It's hard for some folks to be single today. So why even celebrate? I stammer. Why not just go away? Leap just stares at me blankly. The answer to this question is so obvious that he can barely even understand why it was asked in the first place. Because some people like Valentine's Day, he tells me. His response is so pointed and evident that it actually makes me reel slightly, my brain struggling to accept something so completely transparent. Just because I hate Valentine's Day doesn't mean that I can rain on everyone else's. But it's hard, I finally tell him, letting my guard down. I mean, it really is difficult to see all these happy couples. Leap nods with a knowing smile. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is what it is. You can ignore Valentine's Day if you'd like, but don't try to take it away from other people who enjoy it. Fair enough, I say. I might have taken things a little too far back at the office. Leap thinks for a moment. You know, there's someone I think you'd really enjoy getting to know today. Really? I blurt, excited at the prospect. Leap pulls a love note out of his swirling mass and hands it to me. An address and time scribbled across the front. This is a pizza place downtown, he offers. Be there at 7 tonight. My eyes light up at the prospect of no longer spending this dreadful day alone. Ding! The elevator doors slide open as we arrive at the ground floor. If I didn't like Valentine's Day already, now I really don't. Oh no. Oh no, is Leap gonna stand him up? Leap, don't do this, come on. I've been sitting outside this pizza restaurant for 45 minutes now, and it's finally become achingly apparent that my date is a no-show. I should have never trusted that sentient period of time. The frustration within me finally spilling over into action. I stand up from my chair on the patio and head into the restaurant. Regardless of whether or not this blind date shows up, I'm still going to have myself a good time. I order a massive slice of supreme pizza and then carry it out onto the patio, once more, sitting down at my table that overlooks the hustling, bustling sidewalk below. There are plenty of couples out on the town tonight, crowding the streets as they weave past one another. I take a big bite of my pizza slice, immediately overwhelmed by its pleasant taste. This is incredible. My hunger satiated. Hold on. Okay. My hunger satiated, I now find it much easier to lay back and relax, watching people with rapt attention as the couples begin to flow by. I begin to make up stories for them, imagining where they're from and how they finally arrived here in this exact moment. Oh, excuse me. Some of these stories are so good that I actually start to crack myself up, laughing like a maniac while I continue to scarf down the best pizza of my life. When I'm finally finished with the slice, I stand up to leave, and then stop abruptly as my eyes fall onto the theater marquee across the street. They're playing the remake of Space Raptor Butt Invasion, something I've been dying to see since the trailer arrived a few months back. The original is one of my all-time favorites, and I'm anxious to see what Scorsese does with this one. Originally, the plan had been to head home and get to bed early, but with a newfound spring in my step, I'm in no rush to hit the hay just yet. I bust my table and then head across the street towards the theater, excited for the night ahead. The movie was fantastic, and I'm still buzzing with excitement as I stroll back towards my car on the darkened street. By now, most of the couples that once crowded this part of town have all gone home, probably going at it between the sheets at this very moment. For some reason, this no longer bothers me. "Hey!" I suddenly shout, recognizing the figure standing next to my car. The sentient manifestation of Valentine's Day smiles and nods as I approach him. "Hey, Greaves," the living selection of time offers. "Your date was a bust," I tell him with a jovial, teasing tone. "They never showed." Is the date going to be himself? Like, he had to have a date with himself to learn how nice it is to be by yourself? "Oh yeah?" Valentine's Day continues with a wry smile. "Or did they?" I stop in my tracks, confused and slightly worried that I may have left someone hanging back at the restaurant. Maybe I remembered the time wrong. "Are you sure?" I continue. Leap nods. "Your date got there right when you did. They had a great time tonight, too." I shake my head, dumbfounded. Your date was you. I was right! Valentine's Day tells me, reaching out and touching me gently over the heart. I roll my eyes. "Seriously?" I blurt. "You sent me out here just so I could spend the whole evening alone." "You were never alone," the living manifestation of Valentine's Day continues. "You've got yourself. The spirit of Valentine's Day isn't just about loving someone else. It's about romantic love in all of its forms. Sometimes it's easy to forget how important it is to love yourself. And there's certainly nothing wrong with treating yourself to some delicious pizza and a good movie." If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Hate to admit it, but Leap is right. I had a lot of fun tonight, and once I stopped focusing on trying to satisfy myself with the company of another, I realized just how fulfilling self-love can be. Social and romantic connections can be very important, Valentine's Day continues, but so is an internal connection. I nod, smiling as I accept the significant lesson. Damn, somebody's calling me and I just don't care because I'm doing a live stream. So what now? I question. So what now? I question. Should I just go home and jerk off? There's nothing wrong with that, Leap continues. Masturbation is a healthy part of sexuality. Fair enough, I say with a nod, then start to pull out my car keys. Suddenly, I hesitate. A wild idea swelling up from the darkest recesses of my mind. The second that it arrives, I can't seem to push it away, the thought demanding to be heard. As I said before, I'm not gay, but my attraction to the sentient physical manifestation of Valentine's Day cannot be denied. I've already learned so much about myself tonight. I don't see any reason to stop learning now. To be fair, I feel like the sentient manifestation of Valentine's Day is probably like the most handsome person you've ever seen in your entire life. What are you doing the rest of the evening? I finally question, a twinkle in my eye. A connoisseur of love and romance, Leap immediately picks up on what I'm putting down. We're getting to the sex. We're gonna fuck Valentine's Day. A connoisseur of love and romance, Leap immediately picks up on what I'm putting down. Heading back to your place, apparently, Valentine's Day replies with a mischievous smile. The second that we cross the threshold of my apartment, Leap and me are all over one another, tearing off our clothes and tossing them to the side. We reveal ourselves through a barrage of frantic kisses, our lips moving up and down each other's toned, muscular bodies, until eventually, I just can't help myself, dropping down to my knees before the swirling mass of hearts and love letters. We're getting to the sex! Get out that huge Valentine's Day cock of yours, I demand, belligerent with lust. Demand! Shit, man, he's thirsty for some fucking... Damn, man. Holy. Leap doesn't hesitate for a second. His enormous... his enormous rod swelling up and projecting out from his body like a beautiful tower of sex. The manifested dick is utterly enormous, and I can't help staring in awe at its impressive length as it bobs in the air before me. Now that's a dick, I gush. Then reach up and take his shaft within my hand. Hi, Cordville87. Hell yeah, we're doing gay erotica. Let's fucking go! I gush, then reach up and take his shaft within my hand. The second that my fingers wrap around Leap's mammoth rod, he lets out a long, satisfied moan, leaning his head back as the sound slowly escapes through his lips. I immediately get to work, pumping my hand up and down across the living Holiday's shaft, stroking him slowly at first, and then gaining speed as his moans begin to elevate. With my opposite hand, I reach up and cradle Valentine's Day's hanging balls, pulling out all the stops. Eventually, I'm just too horny to wait any longer, opening my mouth wide and taking Leap's enormous rod between my lips. I'm too 90s for this! The sex will end, I don't know when, because this seems to be a long book. I pump my face up and down across his shaft, still cradling the sentient amount of times balls as I work him. Valentine's Day is clearly enjoying himself, his abs clenched tight while the movements of my head gain speed. Suddenly, however, I shift gears. Is he gonna stick a finger in the butt? Instead of continuing to grow faster, I push my face down as far as I can across Leap's length, relaxing my gag reflex as I swallow him into my neck. Soon enough, I just like... You just sit here and you're like, I'm reading this, huh? My face is pressed up hard against the manifested Holiday's stomach. His dick completely consumed in a stunning deep throat. A stunning. Oh, fuck, that feels so fucking good. Valentine's Day moans, placing his large hands against the back of my head and holding me here for a moment. He's loving every second of this, savoring the domination just as much as I enjoy submitting myself to the handsome living Holiday. When I finally pull back for air, I come up in a sputtering mess, saliva dangling from my lips in a long, glistening strand that eventually connects back to the head of Leap's shaft. I Corporal Three-Way! I'm reading sexy time books! Oh my god. This is quite the time, to come in here, you know? When I finally pull back for air, I come up in a sputtering mess, saliva dangling from my lips in a long, glistening strand that eventually connects to the back of Leap's shaft. Oh wait, I already read that. I need you to fuck me, I command. I need you to pound this tight ass. I can't wait for this to be, like, taken out of context. Leap immediately reaches down and helps me back up, spinning me around and leaning me over the edge of the nearby couch. His confidence is intoxicating. The swagger of a seasoned lover who knows exactly what I need. Hello, all the way absurd. I'm reading romance books by Chuck Tingle. Listen, this is the perfect stuff for Valentine's Day, okay? Fathertron. Oh, thank you, Cornville Three-Way. Yeah, again, thanks for 500 subs, y'all. It means a lot. It means a lot that y'all want to come in here and listen to me read about a dude having sex with a sentient manifestation of Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day saddles up into position behind me, placing the head of his shaft against the tightness of my anal rim, yet refusing to push forward. Do it! I cry out, aching for his enormous cock. Still, the handsome holiday refrains, teasing me with his incredible girth. How do I make community posts? I don't know how to do it. Like, I don't see the... Like, I'm looking on my page... Well, hold on. Maybe, like, YouTube Studio? Is that how I do it? I have no idea how to make a post. Maybe, maybe it hasn't kicked in yet. Oh, shit! No, not the music! Not the music! Okay, cool. I saved it. Within about a week of reaching... Oh, okay, okay. I was, like, concerned because I didn't see it. I was like, where the fuck is it? Alright, Still, the handsome holiday refrains, teasing me with his incredible girth. He gently presses past my anal seal, then pulls back, waiting patiently for the full insertion. Click the ad at the bottom on mobile. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Let's see if I can do it that way. No, the options I have are create a short, upload a video, or go live. So I guess I think I just have to wait. I'm not nearly as patient. Fuck me right now, I beg. I need that big fat Valentine's Day dick. Pound me up the fucking ass. Yeah, right? They're quick to copyright strike, but not to provide fucking features. Christ. Finally giving in. Leap suddenly swoops forward in a powerful, firm thrust, brutally expanding my asshole around his dick. Listen, when they use the word asshole, that's when I lose my shit. I let out a startled yelp as the living holiday slides into me, not quite prepared for his size, despite my frantic begging. It's getting hot, how come? While Valentine's Day's rod has seemed plenty large between my lips, I had not experienced the full presence of his size until this very moment. Now I'm completely overwhelmed with cock, my anal limits pushed way past anything that I could have ever previously imagined. I'm pulled taut, wrapped so tightly around the holiday's cock that I feel as though I could explode at any moment. But this moment never comes. Instead, Valentine's Day begins to push in and out of me slowly, taking his time with my body and allowing me to adjust to his formidable rod. Once again, the maturity of my seasoned lover comes into play. He knows exactly how to take me, aligning himself in such a way so that every thrust only melts away my discomfort. Soon enough, any aches and pains have dissipated completely, replaced instead by a deep, potent warmth at the pit of my stomach. I'm not at all familiar with the sensation, but as Leap continues to pound me, I slowly begin to realize that this blissful feeling is the first hint of a simmering prostate orgasm. Is that how that works? I don't have a prostate, so, like, I can't... Is this fucking... Lean on Me? This is Lean on Me? Okay, I see. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. I start to repeat the mantra falling out of my mouth over and over again. We're only 28% done with the book. What the fuck else is... What the fuck else can happen in this? I'm so curious. The mantra falling out of my mouth over and over again as I brace myself against the cushions of the living room couch. The swelling ache within me does nothing but blossom even larger, growing with every slam up into my asshole. I'm sorry. I need to take a second. Holy shit. Eventually, my entire body is quaking with ecstasy, struggling to come to terms with the previously unknown sensations that now run rampant throughout me. I reach down between my legs and grab a hold of my rock-hard cock, beating myself off in time with Valentine's Day's slams from behind. Hello, Lauren's sister's munkled leg. Oh, holy shit. Yeah, welcome to, we're reading romance novels. Growing with every slam. I mean, hey, this is better than Taking a Broad's, sex scene, though. The movement of my hand across my shaft creates a pleasant counter rhythm, and the 2 points of pleasure within my body immediately begin to swirl like a potent I like this. Hold on. Hold on. I like this. The movement of my hand. This is actually really good. Okay, so Cornville 87. Mondays I do a lot of weird internet shit, and honestly, it's getting to the point where Monday is kind of turning into me like doing audio reading, like reading stuff, like fan fictions and like romance novels. I might stick with that because it's so fucking funny. And I don't mean funny as in like, oh, this is written poorly, so like I'm gonna make fun of it. No, this is funny in the sense of like, what is happening? Like, this person is having sex with Valentine's Day. Like, if no one has had it stuck in their core or expelled dampness, is it really a sex scene? Fair. But I mean, it sounds like this character's about to expel some dampness, you know? So I like this, how he wrote this. It's kind of clever. The movement of my hand across my shaft creates a pleasant counter rhythm, and the 2 points of pleasure within my body immediately begin to swirl like a potent orgasmic cocktail. I like that. I like that. I'm hurtling towards the most powerful orgasm of my life, with no signs of slowing down. Harder! I scream. Fuck me harder! Valentine's Day is slamming into me with everything that he's got now. His dick a runway jack. Oh, hold on! Hold on, I gotta... Valentine's Day is slamming into me with everything that he's got now. His dick a runway jackhammer within my tight sphincter. His cock hits my depths in just the right way, massaging my prostate until finally I explode in a mighty orgasm. I throw my head back and let out a frantic cry, completely overwhelmed with pleasure. Hi, Cowpell! I'm reading Chuck Tingle. This one is, he gets pounded in the butt by the physical manifestation of Valentine's Day. I throw my head back and let out a frantic cry, completely overwhelmed with pleasure. Jizz erupts hard from the head of my cock, splattering across the living room floor in a series of beautiful pearly patterns. When I finally finish, I pull Leap out of my ass and spin around, dropping to my knees once more as I gaze up at him with a cock-hungry fire in my eyes. Do it, I command. Blow that hot Valentine's Day load all over me. Leap clenches his teeth tight as he beats himself off, then suddenly explodes across my face. Oh my god! This is so good! The first ejection is delicious chocolate syrup, jig-jagging across my lips as I erupt with excited laughter. I open my mouth and catch as much of it as I can, but quickly run out of time as the next blast transforms into a stream of milky whipped cream! Ah! Soon enough, I am completely covered by Valentine's Day tasty and romantic jizz. Can you imagine if, like, dudes fucking jizzed out, like, chocolate syrup and shit? That'd be cool. I lick my lips, utterly satisfied. That was incredible. I tell the sentient, physically manifested holiday. You were incredible. Valentine's Day offers. And you're incredible with or without me. There's nothing like a good pounding, but self-love is great sometimes, too. And there's nothing more attractive than someone who has a healthy relationship with themselves. Jesus Christ. There's nothing... Take this to heart, y'all. There's nothing like a good pounding, but self-love is great sometimes, too. Is that a fact? I offer with a playful smile, standing up and kissing Leap passionately on the lips. Well then, happy Valentine's Day. Oh shit! This is a bonus story! Who's ready for the bonus story? I forgot that Chuck Tingle's, like, books come with a bonus story. Y'all ready for the bonus story? Some say that love is the soul of books, and what a better way to show a little love than with a free gift. Here to tingle you to the core is a bonus story for your reading pleasure. I hope you're ready for this one. This one's absolutely insane. Living inside my own butt for 8 years, starting a business, and turning a profit through common sense reinvestment and strategic targeted marketing. I feel like this isn't a romance one, but I want to know how he turns a profit through common sense reinvestment and strategic targeted marketing. All right. Chuck Tingle is fucking great. See? It's funny. Like, people are like, haha, he writes, like, silly gay porn. But, like, Chuck Tingle is competent. Like, he's actually really fucking competent. Yes, he says he lives in his own butt. So, like... It's refreshing... It's refreshing to see somebody who takes this, like... not seriously, but also seriously at the same time, because, like, he's good. He's actually really good. It's not just sex scenes, you know? Honestly, the sex scenes are probably the least good part of the books, and I'm not saying that they're bad, but, like I said, they all kind of follow, like, a copy-paste format and how the sex goes, so it's like... the sex probably isn't the best part of the book. It's just everything else, you know? I want to live in the Tingleverse. I want to hang out with sentient living objects. Alright, let's hear about how this guy lived in his own butt. This one is the rest of the story. 70% of the book is the rest of this. It all started with a single moment. A tiny choice that would change my life forever. It's funny how that happens, though. 1 minute you're walking down the street with a hot coffee in your hand. Then next you're tumbling end over end through the air, the earth suddenly flipping through your field of vision once, twice, 3 times. The next thing I knew, there was nothing but darkness. People ask me if I saw anything strange during those moments. I was hovering between life and death, and I'd like to respond that I saw visions of my family, or even angels. Unfortunately, that's not quite the way things happened. Instead, I found a profound sense of disconnection. No body to exist in, but a frightened mind, simply floating for what seemed like forever in the eternal blackness. They say that the man who hit me with his truck was going 40 over the speed limit. With that much force, it's even more of a miracle that I survived, landing on the other side of the street, and breaking almost every bone in my body. I had a punctured lung and severe damage to my liver, lungs, and spleen. But modern medicine is a force to be reckoned with, even more so than the force of a speeding truck, apparently. Eventually, I found my way through the empty darkness and was reunited with my body in a hospital bed. This is where the nightmare really began. The driver who hit me was uninsured, and I'm not wealthy enough to afford health insurance for myself. I suddenly discovered that I was a struggling student with $5 million in hospital bills to my name. I finished explaining this all to the barista before me, and he nods. Did you hear that last part? I question. Yeah, the man says, dividing his attention between me and the next drink that he's struggling to prepare. So, what should I do? I ask him. I'm drowning in debt. The barista hesitates for a moment. I'm sorry, I wasn't really listening, he finally admits. I let out a long sigh and throw my hands up, taking my coffee and walking back over to the table that I'm posted up at today. I'm trying not to be an asshole, but these days I found my fuse to be unreasonably short. Life can only stab you in the back so many times before you just give up completely. I feel like the shell of my former self, the aches and pains of that horrific car wreck still flowing through my bones with every tiny movement. No problem, all the way absurd. I like just having, like, chill vibes. Even if this is like, haha, we're reading, like, you know, sexy books. This is just a fun, chill vibe. I sit down and sip my coffee, staring at the laptop screen before me. Rows and rows of job listings are displayed across my computer, but all the links have been visited already. That's a fucking mood. While there are a few jobs here that I'm more than qualified for, none of them will provide me with what I actually need, a lot of money, very quickly. I let out a long sigh, knowing that the coffee shop is about to close, but not wanting to walk home, not wanting to head home. Oh, excuse me. I just can't take another walk past my apartment mailbox. I can already sense the guilt that it will crush down onto me, as I try my best to ignore the bills that are literally overflowing from within. There's a sudden jingle as the coffee shop door opens up and someone steps inside. Oh! Kelp Pill? Well, thank you. Let's read your message. And thank you, Jim, for church. Alright, let's see. Hold on, I gotta go to my, my Ko-fi. Bitch, I already have a Ko-fi. Why aren't you logged in? Got here from High Morn stream. She's about to wrap up and switch over. So nice to see everyone. Oh, okay. Aw, thank you, Kelp Pill. Let's see. Buy more Chuck Tingle literature. His books are so fucking good. Thank you, Kelp Pill. Let's see. There's a sudden jingle as the coffee shop door opens up and someone steps inside. I'm sorry, we're closed, explains the barista. Before he can say another word, however, the man who entered steps up to the counter and throws a fistful of money into the barista's face. It flutters around the shop in a flurry of green, drifting this way and that until settling all around them. One of the bills lands at my feet, and I look down immediately, noticing that it's a crisp 100. I reach down and snatch the cash up as quickly as I can. How about now? The mysterious man asks the trembling barista. The barista sweeps the money across the counter towards him and nods. I think we can fix up one more drink, he stammers. The mysterious wealthy man is dressed to the nines, looking sharp in a green velvet suit and matching top hat that are both covered in dollar signs! Oh my god. He is wealth personified, a perfectly groomed gentleman holding a golden cane that is topped with a dollar sign. Is this the Onceler? This is just the Onceler from the Illuminate, the one that everybody was like going horny for on Tumblr. That Onceler. This just sounds like the Onceler. I'd like 4 of your most expensive drinks, the man in the top hat commands. The barista nods. That would be our imported 8% chocolate milk, sir. Our imported chocolate milk? I forgot Chuck Tingle loves chocolate milk. Very well, confirms the rich man. I watch as the barista quickly prepares the beverages, then hands them over. The rich man takes out his drinks and pours 3 of them out into the garbage, asserting his wealth and dominance, then sips carefully from the last. This is very good, the rich man remarks with a smile. Your tip is parked out back. The keys are the ignition. Whoa, says the barista, struggling to find his words. I don't know what to say. Say nothing, suggests the rich man. Suddenly he swivels on his heel and heads for the door, a long green cape flowing behind him. Yeah, this is the Onceler. This is alpha shit. He's just like, I'll take your finest chocolate milks, and let's fucking go. Immediately, I'm hit with the realization that this is a once-in-a-lifetime moment. My path crossing with financial greatness at a time when I need it the most. Wait! I shout out, leaping from my seat. The man is already gone, but I chase after him, running out in the parking lot and frantically searching for a glimpse of his luxurious green suit. It's hard to miss as a helicopter lowers down from the night sky above and extends a staircase to the cement. Hold on! I cry, running after him and screaming as my voice is drowned out by the whirling helicopter blades. The rich man takes his first step up the staircase and then halts, hearing my voice and turning around to face me. Please, I pant, finally reaching the man. I need to know your secrets. How did you make all this money? In this moment, something confusing happens. The man's gaze is furious at first. But as his eyes... Oh no, is he horny? Hi, Honest! We're reading sexy stories today. This man is horny for... The rich man is horny for this guy, I guess. The man's gaze is furious at first, but as his eyes move down my toned body, they begin to change, flooding with a deep emotion and reverence. He stops completely when he reaches my ass. You're sitting on a gold mine, you know that? Do I scrub back to the beginning right now, or do I jump in? You're sitting on a gold mine, you know that? He informs me. Literally. I am? I question. Come on. The rich man throws his head back. I follow him up into the helicopter as the stairs retract behind us, folding up into the vehicle, and then disappearing completely into its undercarriage. When we reach the top, I fully expect to find myself in a bare-bones cockpit, my ears assaulted with the powerful hums of spinning chopper blades. Oh shit, hold on. Let me restart the playlist. My ears assaulted with the powerful hums of spinning chopper blades. This couldn't be farther from the truth, however. When the helicopter door closes behind us, all of the sound disappears completely. We are in a small but opulent living quarters, with a fireplace, some couches, and even a large flat-screen TV. The only way that I can tell I'm still in a helicopter is by looking out through the large windows on either side of the aircraft, which now display the dark landscape below as it gets smaller and smaller, drifting away from us while we rise. Come, sit! Offers the man. So, like, as I read this, I'm picturing this rich dude as the Onceler because he's got a green suit on. Offers the man as he flops down onto the couch in front of his roaring fireplace. This is amazing! I gush. Right, the man says, clearly understanding how wealthy he is and not needing a reminder. I walk over and sit down next to him. I am Sir Barcono Shibery, but you can call me Barco, the rich man explains. Y'all are gonna like the character's name. Travis, I tell him. Well, I'm sure you have, Travis. Well, Travis, I know a good investment when I see it. Barco continues. It's how I've gotten to where I am today. Solid, common sense butthole investment. Butthole investment? I counter. Not quite sure what he means by this strange new term. Did you know that the most profitable place to run a business is inside the body of a handsome young man? Excuse me? What? Barco questions. Specifically inside of his butthole. I shake my head. I didn't know that, and I don't know if I believe it. Barco throws his arms out. Then please, explain all of this! I look around at the ornate trappings of this flying room, the detail that has been paid to every nook and cranny of the luxurious helicopter compound. Fair enough, I concede. Barco eyes me up and down, as if questioning whether or not I'm ready to hear what he has to say, then finally continues. I will help you start a business within your body. Within just 2 years, I guarantee that we will turn a reasonable profit through common sense, reinvestment, and strategic targeted marketing. After that, the sky's the limit. Will it be enough to pay for my medical bills? I ask him, cutting straight to the point. When we're finished, you'll be able to buy the whole damn hospital, retorts Barco. All I ask is 25% stake in the company. I don't need to think long before extending my hand out towards this wealthy anal investor. Deal. We start by investigating the ecosystem of my anus, Barco explains, that even though it looks fantastic from the outside, there's no telling what waits within. I have a department meeting later today. I feel like I should be taking notes. To be sure, he said inside the butthole, right? Yeah, no, we're doing strategic targeted marketing inside this guy's butthole. So we'll see what is inside this man's butthole. We start by investigating the ecosystem of my anus, Barco explains, that even though it looks fantastic from the outside, there's no telling what waits within. Fortunately, what we find is a stunning collection of hills and valleys, a gorgeous landscape covered in lush green forests and beautiful flowing rivers. Immediately, we recognize that there are many approaches to take within this anal wonderland, and decide to develop the most effective too. First, we are going to take the rolling green hills and turn them into beautiful vineyards, growing grapes over the course of several years and turning them into a high-priced wine. Barco has all of the connections needed for this, and he is confident that within the ecosystem of my butthole, we will be able to come up with something quite special for even the most skeptical consumers. The Apprentice After Dark! Secondly, we plan on using the natural beauty of this landscape to our advantage, turning it into an exclusive residential development for only the wealthiest of clients. I have to admit, the first year of this whole process is quite frightening. Barco lets me live at his home in the Hollywood Hills, where we expand and develop upon my anal property. But while the vineyards are growing their grapes and the homes are being constructed, not a single cent is being added to my empty pockets. In fact, Barco and me are hemorrhaging money left and right. Fortunately, my new financial mentor has faith in me, taking this initial investment upon himself as we work from the ground up. I don't know what I'd do without him, and I'd be lying if I said that this first year of crashing at his luxurious complex was much of a hardship. Oh shit, maybe you're right. I think you're right, Cornville Three-Way. This is where J.K. Rowling got the idea for the fucking... I'm guessing the suitcase is, like, bigger on the inside. And I'd be lying if I said that this first year of crashing at his luxurious complex was much of a hardship. Still, the thought always lingered in the back of my mind, a nagging question that I couldn't seem to shake. A nagging question that I couldn't seem to shake no matter how hard I tried. Is this a sound investment? Eventually, though, the grapes were ready to harvest, and the homes begging to be occupied. We named this particular region of my butthole Plobus Valley, an attractive name that translates to place of sweet riches, in the language of the natives who inhabit my body. It also makes for a great wine brand. When Plobus Valley wine is finally sent out to all of the world's most elite tasters, it scores incredibly high marks on both packaging and flavor. Soon, Plobus Valley is a household name, synonymous with fine dining and the pinnacle of luxury. With that kind of recognition, it only takes a few well-placed ads in print and billboard for our target demographic to start moving in, buying up homes left and right, and paying off our real estate development tenfold. One day I look at my bank account and I have $100 million staring back at me. Barco and I are strolling through the beautiful forest of my butthole, looking up at the anal sunset that peeks through the crisscrossing leaves above and covers us in a beautiful pattern of ornate shadows. This place really is amazing, Barco tells me. I nod, removing my top hat as a symbol of reverence. Many years have gone by, and now that I'm a billionaire, I've started to dress just like Barco, sporting a regal purple suit that shows off my newfound sophistication. Thank you for believing in my ass, I tell him. I know a good investment when I see it, Barco replies. All it takes is a common sense business plan and a little development know-how. I chuckle. Don't sell yourself short. The path we are walking on suddenly opens up and ends at the edge of a cliffside, looking out across the vast landscape of my own rectal passageway below. Look at this place, I sigh. My eyes locked upon the beautiful vista that spreads out before us. Could you believe it's been 8 years? 8 fantastic years, he repeats back to me. By now, we've spun off the initial investments. Are these two gonna have sex? By now, we've spun off the initial investments into even more profitable ventures. Down by the lake, I can see the massive aerospace warehouse, which provides reliable aircrafts all across my butt. Over to my left is the blossoming arts district, providing culture and excitement to the people who live here. And behind it is the soon-to-be-finished UFL Stadium. All of this is generating income at an almost unfathomable rate, and all of it exists entirely within my butthole. I turn to Barco, my eyes welling up with tears. I don't think I could thank you enough, I tell him. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be paying off all of his medical bills. Barker sighs. Thank yourself, then. What do you mean? I question. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Barco hesitates, his eyes sparkling mysteriously in the last light of the sun as it disappears behind the mountains. What is it? I continue to prod, growing concerned. Something is off here. Something that I can't quite put my finger on. I have to tell you something, Barco begins. Something that I've been keeping from you for a very, very long time. Tell me, I insist, unable to contain myself any longer. I'm not real, Barco finally reveals. What? I question, not quite understanding. I'm a figment of your imagination, the man explains. In fact, we are the same person. The second that Barco says this, everything starts to fall into place. I remember that day at the coffee shop when I first met him. But in my memory, I now realize that I had been all alone. There was no man in a purple suit, no helicopter drifting down. I thought he was in a green suit. Whatever. No helicopter drifting down to pick us up. Every piece of information that I learned from Barco had actually come from somewhere deep down within my own subconscious, passed on to the rest of my brain by a character that wasn't really ever there. But then how the fuck hold on. Chuck Tingle, I love you, but then how did he get the capital to do this? I don't understand. Is he still in a coma? I'm sorry, my friend and mentor tells me, his physical manifestations slowly starting to fade. Wait! I cry out, grabbing a hold of him and pulling him close as tears stream down my face. You can't go! There's so much that I still want to tell you, to learn from you! There's no time, insists Barco. You'll have to learn from yourself. Well, that's all I ever was, Travis. A part of you. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! But I love you, I reveal. I close my eyes and I kiss the handsome man deeply on the lips, feeling them dissipate against mine. When I open my eyes again, Barco was gone. I fall to my knees now, looking up into the sky of my own butthole, and crying out with the pain of a broken heart. Over the last years, we have created such beauty here, but with no partner to enjoy it with, the colorscape now seems bland and colorless. Huh? I love you too, comes a voice from behind me, deep and soulful. Slowly, I turn around and gasp, shocked by the stunning vision that stands before me. I recognize him immediately, a physical manifestation of my business ambition that swirls and dances in the air like a handsome cyclone of practical thought and common sense marketing. I'm still here, the manifestation of my business sense tells me. Just not in— oh, there's sex! There's sex! There's sex! There is sex! Just not in the way that you thought. I don't care, I tell him, trembling with arousal. I want you. Already on my knees, I beckon my sentient business sense towards me, and then remove his ever-hardening cock from the swirling mass of economic strategy. So you'll see what I mean. This sex scene is going to have similarities to the last one, just because, like I said, he kind of copies and pastes them. Not in a negative way, like, no shade, Chuck Tingle, I love your books, but they're all very similar. Sex-wise, at least, not the plot, like the sex. Already on my knees, I beckon my sentient business sense towards me and then remove his ever-hardening cock from the swirling mass of economic strategy. His shaft is absolutely massive, pointing out at my face like a beautiful pink rocket of flesh that I swallow graciously. My business sense lets out a long, satisfied moan as I begin to pump my head up and down across the length of his shaft, slowly at first, and then speeding up with every moment. Chuck Tingle is a fucking charmer. I cradle his balls in my hand, gently caressing the hanging globes as his hips pump along with my movements. Eventually, I push down as deep as I can and take the sentient business strategy to the hilt of his rock-hard cock, his length fully consumed into the depths of my throat. I hold him here for a while in an impressive deep throat, letting this handsome manifestation enjoy my oral skills. Even I am surprised by how well I take him, due mostly to the fact that I'm not at all gay. There's nothing gay about a man taking his own economic strategy in a hardcore deep throat, I remind myself. This may be the business of love, but it's still a business. I'm not bi and I'm not gay. Eventually, I start to run out of air and I'm forced to pull back from the sentient manifestation's muscular toned body. I let out a frantic gasp, struggling to collect myself as a long thread of spit hangs between my lips and the head of his mammoth shaft. Didn't he use mammoth in the last one? You know what? I don't even care. You're so fucking huge in my mouth, I tell the living business strategy. I'm huge when you put me other places too, he says with a laugh. I know exactly what he means by this, and suddenly, overwhelmed with arousal, I fall back and turn around on the ground. I'm on my hands and knees now, facing away from the swirling mass of sentient ambition and knowledge. I push my ass out towards him, reaching back with one hand to undo my belt, and then promptly slipping my pants off. My underwear comes shortly after, and soon enough, I am completely exposed to the manifestation. I open my tight butthole for him. Wait a minute. So, they're about to fuck while they're both presently inside this man's butt. But he's about to put his cock in his butt. How does that work? Like, is a giant dick gonna come from the sky? I need to know how this works. My underwear comes off shortly after, and soon enough I am completely exposed to the manifestation. I hold my tight butthole open for him. Take me, I groan. Shove that big fat business cock up into my tight gay ass. I thought you weren't gay. My own sentient business knowledge positions himself behind me, crouching down and placing his rod against the tightly puckered rim of my butthole. I can feel him teasing with the edge of my taut sphincter, playing with the elastic of my ass and then gently sliding in. I let out a long, satisfied moan, gripping hard into the grass before me, bracing myself against his weight. Deeper and deeper, my manifested business know-how dives until eventually he reaches the hilt. Swallowed completely within my asshole. So, like, yeah, it is like Inception with butts. Like, they're in his butt, but he's getting fucked in his butt. I don't understand. The fullness creates a strangely satisfying ache within me as the manifestation begins to slowly pump in and out. I realize now that he is stimulating my prostate. It's an unusual sensation, one that I've never before experienced until this very moment of pure bliss. While every slam against my backside speeds up, the orgasmic throbbing spreads across my body, starting deep within my butthole, then flooding into my stomach, then down my arms and legs. Soon enough, my entire body is trembling with desire, shaking and convulsing as it's filled with orgasmic pleasure. Harder! I scream, egging him on. Pound that ass harder with exponential growth! Oh, God. Hold on. My husband just sent me a message. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. I love how... This isn't something I care about, but sometimes it's funny when I look at the viewers in the, like, the viewer list, and when it's not the sex, it'll be, like, a decent number, and then when it is the sex, like, 5 people leave. Oh my god. The business manifestation doubles his speed with every slam, faster and faster until he was hammering into my rectum like an out-of-control jackhammer. I am loving every second of it, my eyes rolling back into my head as I reach down between my legs and begin to beat myself off furiously. I can sense the edge of this powerful orgasm welling up within me, struggling to explode across my body. Closer and closer it draws until I feel as though I'm about to break completely. But with just seconds to spare, the manifestation pulls me out and plummets me back to zero. Hey! I shout in surprise. Not yet, my business ambition says. I want to show you something. I can't help being a little disappointed, but I trust this sentient economic idea. I take his hand as it's extended out towards me. Where are we going? I ask. To see what we've built over the last 8 years of careful reinvestment and common sense business practice. The manifestation coos warmly. Maybe this guy, when he got hit by a car, he, like, went into a coma. But then again, this is the Tingleverse, so... I suddenly let out a startled yelp, realizing now that we are lifting up off the hillside, the clothes slipping away from my body as we ascend into the cool night air of my butt's natural ecosystem. Hi, Coyote Lady! We're listening to Chuck Tingle I'm reading Chuck Tingle books. If you don't know who Chuck Tingle is, he is an author who writes, books about butts and people being in love with physical manifestations of concepts such as Valentine's Day. I'm flying. Oh wait, hold on. I'm flying, I stammer. We're flying together, my living business sense tells me. But aren't we the same person? I ask. My sentient knowledge cracks a smile. I suppose we are, but that doesn't mean we can't love each other. I'm telling you, it's the Onceler. How did I... Hold on. Did this not... There we go. It, like, didn't go back where I wanted it to. I suppose we are, but that doesn't mean we can't love each other. Hey. Hey. No! No bots! Bad. Hold on. Hold on, let me figure it. Let's see. You... Get out of here. Hold on. Hello, everyone! Sorry, I'm taking care of a bot. And then report. Spam. Cool beans. Okay. Now we go back. As we drift up over the anal valley below, I'm greeted with an even more spectacular view of all that my business sense and I have accomplished. The city below is absolutely thriving. 8 years of work on display. Even though it is late, the men and women who inhabit my butthole are still hard at work in their jobs of choice, making well-compensated overtime and happy to do it. This is what happens when you spend 8 years of your life developing a system of common sense reinvestment and strategic targeted marketing. Do you see it? My business sense asks. Do you see what you've created? I do, I tell him. My sentient knowledge... Yo, why is the thing not working? Hold on. Hold on. For some reason, the music is being gooby. There we go. My sentient knowledge is carrying me from behind, holding me tight as his body... This is kind of loud. Reinvests in Anal Valley. My sentient knowledge is carrying me from behind, holding me tight with his body pressed up against mine as the air whips softly against our bare skin. The altitude of our flight is both thrilling and terrifying, but as the trust between my business sense and me grows, all of the fear begins to melt away. All the fear quickly begins to melt away. Are they gonna fuck in the air? Suddenly, I can feel my sentient economic knowledge and ambition pressing his shaft up against the entrance of my butthole once again. Oh fuck, I cry. Do it! Pound me up the ass while we soar over the fruits of my strategic anal investment. The business strategy pushes forward and impales me for the second time this evening. He wastes no time getting to work, plowing into my muscular flame with all of his brutal force. Immediately, I can feel the tension of a prostate orgasm welling up within me once more. The train in the tunnel! Filling my body with a quaking pleasure that is already threatening to blow. I reach down and grab a hold of my cock, beating myself off in time with his pumps from the back and gritting my teeth. Oh, I'm gonna come, I cry out. I'm gonna blow my load across this fucking city that we built together. I'm gonna shower my seed across every strategic investment. Do it, my sentient business sense commands. You fucking earned it. Suddenly, my entire body is surging with a powerful sensation, every muscle spasming hard as it tries to keep up with waves of blissed out emotions. My first instinct is to shut my eyes tight, but I force them to stay open, to view the beautiful pearly rain of my cum as it splatters down across the city below. Rope after hot white rope ejects from the head of my shaft, tumbling down and blessing my investments. I suddenly realize that the manifested business strategy behind me is coming as well, thrusting deep within my body and letting out a frantic cry of pleasure. I can feel his semen pumping into me, load after load of milky spunk that fills my asshole to the brim and squirts out from the edges when there's no room left. I love you, I tell him, tears of joy streaming down my face. I love you too, my living investment strategy tells me. My orgasm continues for what seems like forever, until finally, I sense the ground beneath my feet once again. I realize now that we've landed back up upon the edge of the cliff. My business strategy slips out of my butthole, spilling his leftover seed everywhere. Immediately, I turn and wrap my arms around him. I can't believe what we've accomplished with these 8 years of hard work. Well, believe it, he says with a smile. Here's to 8 more. I see you, J-Dev. What's going on? We're reading Chuck Tingle books, which have a lot of sex with sentient objects, such as the manifestation of this guy's business sense. My sentient manifested business ambition leans down and kisses me deeply on the mouth, then pulls back, looking me in the eyes with a fierceness... Hold on. That sends shivers down my spines. Travis, will you marry me? My own sentient investment strategy asks. Of course I will, I tell him. Of course I will. Listen, we're reading a story called... Hold on, what was this one called? It's got like a long title. Living inside my own butt for 8 years, starting a business and turning a profit through common sense reinvestment and strategic targeted marketing. So that's that story. I think there might be a third one, actually. Hold on. Oh, no. That's the end of the book. Okay. So that's the two... Boyfriend. That's the 2 stories included in Pounded in the Butt by the Sentient Physical Manifestation on Valentine's Day. I have another Chuck Tingle. Hold on. Oh my god, Chuck Tingle wrote a fucking book about Wordle. Hold on, I gotta, like, go through my books. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, you too can invest in your butthole and become rich. Hold on. Okay. So let's do one more. I would love to lend you the Space Raptor trilogy. I don't have Audible, but I do have like the Kindle app. I don't know if like you can do anything with that. Chuck Tingle is an awesome pseudonym. So this one is... This is the other one I have. Like I said, I didn't buy it specifically for this stream, but I just already owned this one because Chuck Tingle is funny. So like, if y'all don't want to hear political stuff, I guess, like, feel free to leave. I won't be offended. Because this is a political one. So this one's called Upset Trump Supporter. Trump, not Trump. Tromp. Upset Trump supporter pounded in the butt by his search for meaning now that his bigoted cult leader has been voted out. And the picture has a dude with a hat on, and the other picture, like the other guy, is like a hunky dude that has like a ballot box on his, like, for a head. When I look back over my life, there have been plenty of important days that stand out amongst the rest. Family gatherings, birthdays, graduations. The sensation that floods through my body this evening, however, is even more powerful than any of these moments. In fact, the buzz of excitement is more potent than all of them combined. It's election day. I'm driving in my lifted pickup truck, honking and waving at anyone else on the road who's also celebrating the impending re-election of Donald, so D-O-M-A-L-D. It's very obvious who Chuck Tingle is writing about here. Donald Trump, like I am. I know in my heart that Lord Father Trump, my fearless leader, and the only man in history to pull a 33 golf score, will win. And I've already started thinking about what that will mean for the next 4 years. Shit, hold on. My husband's like, what are we doing for dinner? I'm like, I don't know. What are we doing for dinner? My truck is decked out even more than usual. While I typically fly a pair of massive Trump flags on the back of my vehicle, his capital was insurrected. Rim shot. I'll let myself out. I've decided to up the ante today with 8 more. Even though this patriotic display makes it quite a bit more difficult to drive, I think it's worth showing my support. A loud blaring honk from my right suddenly causes me to swerve a bit, careening into the other lane and then back into mine. I lean down and gaze out through my windshield, struggling to see past the cascade of flapping fabric. Sorry, I yell. Or fuck you, depending on why you honked. That's kind of a mood, though. Like... Does anyone else feel like that when they drive? Like, you're like, fuck you! Oh, sorry, never mind. Eventually... Oh, you guys are gonna like the name of this dude's friend. Sorry, I yell. Or fuck you, depending on why you honked. Eventually, I pull into the driveway of my friend Derek's house, carefully rolling up and parking in front. I climb out of my vehicle expecting to see the familiar collection of immaculately decorated pickups that I've come to expect from these events, but find myself surprisingly alone. Hello, good new lifestyle guru. Yeah, no, I literally will just like, I'm like, no, fuck you! If when I'm driving, or I'm just like, oh, sorry, I suck at driving. Like, there's no in between. It's one of those two. Are my messages going through? Hello everyone is. I'll show you my electoral vote. Erectoral vote. Only Derek's truck sits quietly next to mine. Confused, I stroll up the front walk and knock loudly on his door. Hello, thing one. We're reading Chuck Tingle books on Valentine's Day. I hope you're having a good day today. If you're not, I'm gonna go to your house and beat you up. Confused, I stroll up the front walk and knock loudly on his door. Tromp train is here, reporting for duty, I call out proudly. Duty. Moments later, Derek opens the door wide and allows an excited grin to erupt across his face. He hugs me warmly, clearly excited to see that I've made it for this momentous occasion. Have you read Brent Spiner fanfiction from a lady called Gail? I haven't. Should I? Because that sounds like it would be funny. Now, is it Data fanfic or is it Brent Spiner the actor fanfic? Have you ever read this erotic book called Taken by the T-Rex? I have not. You met Chuck Tingle? Oh yeah, you told me about that before on my Discord. I totally want to read like the Star Trek fan fiction. That's like cream of the crop, like OG fanfic is like Star Trek stuff. Like when you think about like Tumblr culture, like shipping and fan fiction, I'm pretty sure the Star Trek fandom was like what started that, or at least was a big contributing factor to that. Bill, how's it going, buddy? He offers. You excited to watch Lord Daddy Trump win this thing in a historic landslide victory? Hell yeah, I retort, then calm down a bit as I turn back towards the mostly empty driveway. Where's everybody else? This is it, Derek replies, his gaze strange and unwavering as he offers this bizarrely simple response. I get the feeling he wants me to let it go, but my curiosity is too strong. Oh my god, Brendaniel reading My Immortal. Brendaniel is so fucking good. He's so fucking funny. My Immortal is another thing that's like perfect to read for Valentine's Day. God damn. Yeah, but where are they? My friend hesitates. Sick. He finally offers. They caught the Democratic hoax-trotting plague from not wearing masks. We stand awkwardly in the doorway, our minds struggling to connect the dots here. But it's a hoax, right? I question. Why are they at the hospital? I met him and watched a reenactment of the porn he wrote for some porn company, but they rejected it because it was too weird. Damn, I want somebody to produce Chuck Tingle's porn right fucking now. If it has to be me, no, I'm kidding. I'll direct his porn. I'll be like, all right, you gotta pretend like you're really the manifestation of Valentine's Day, putting it in his ass. But it's a hoax, right? I question. Why are they at the hospital? Derek continues to stare off into the distance, unable to compute with the strange paradox of beliefs that we found ourselves caught up in. I'm sure it's just a prank, Derek finally says. They're just messing with us. That's probably it, I finally decide. A wave of relief washing over me as a smile returns to my face. I step inside, hanging up my Trump brand coat and my red Make America Hate Again hat, then continue into the living room where Derek's television has been set up. It's already playing Fonz News Network. Like, you can tell Chuck Tingle gives no fucks about this one. He's like, fuck you, this is about Donald Trump, and go fuck yourself, literally. It's already playing Fonz News election night coverage, and although the ballots haven't started pouring in just yet, the talking heads are already getting riled up. There was a guy who made fun of COVID with a parody song, then caught the disease and died. Yeah, that tends to be what happens. Like, people don't take it seriously and then they die. Derek's about to have his way with him bigly! I mean, they called him Big Daddy Trump, so... If you're interested in the Brent Spiner fanfiction, look for the channel Gail Cord-Schuler. Okay, hold on. I am interested in the fanfiction. So I'll open this up in a new tab. Let's see. Gail Cord... Oh, okay. 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 The very first thing you see is Jesus Christ Sex Party on the search results, so this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I don't see how Trump can lose, one of the news anchors states proudly, standing up from his desk and beating his chest with animalistic aggression before sitting back down again. If Trump doesn't win, then it's black magic and I think there was a word left out here. I'm assuming it says I'm gonna burn a liberal at the stake, but it just says I'm gonna a liberal at the stake. Another anchor screams, his eyes popping out, the veins on his neck bulging as he picks up a teleprompter and throws it through a nearby window with a loud crash. Fuck yeah, that's the fair and balanced shit I'm talking about. I recommend the video titled Brent Spiner's Letter to Gail. We pooped. Boy. I'm excited to sit down and enjoy the show, but suddenly notice that all of Derek's furniture is missing, including the couch that used to sit right here in front of the television. Where's your stuff? I question. I've got everything I need right here, Derek offers. We've still got a TV. Yeah, but where's the couch? I continue. Derek just nods silently, the awkwardness settling in once again. I got rid of it. Oh boy, Chuck Tingle stuff in the Discord. I'm not gonna show it, but I do want to look at it. I love his getup, where he's just in fucking karate gear and has a bag on his head. Oh no, lost the pick of the flying butt. It's okay. Now, Chuck Tingle, is a treasure. He is an absolute fucking treasure. I got rid of it. I got myself some commemorative Trump coins with the money. Coins? I question. Derek reaches into his pocket and pulls out a shiny gold coin with Trump's beautiful, handsome face carved across the front. It's an investment, he explains. These are going to be worth so much on year 40 of Trump's presidency. Cool, cool, I reply, and sit down on the bare floor in front of Derek's television. My friend leaves for a moment, then returns with a pizza box, setting it in front of me. Here you go, he offers. I glance back at him in confusion. I thought you said your wife was gonna make that same pot roast she cooked up 4 years ago. Pizza's good, but that was amazing. Yeah, she's not really in the mood, Derek offers. Actually, she's packing up her bags right now. I think we're getting divorced. I think. Wait, what? I stammer. Derek rolls his eyes. She keeps talking about how I shouldn't put Trump before her, but like, she doesn't understand what Lord Trump has done for this country, you know? She doesn't appreciate owning the libs like we do. She told me I need to choose Trump or her, so I went with my heart. Lord Daddy Trump, we both say in unison, nodding confidently. Praise be, Derek says in return. I turn back to the pizza box and open it up, ready for a piping hot slice, but stopping when I see there's nothing but leftover hardened cheese lining the bottom of the cardboard container. The small is almost the same price as the large. Yeah, there's no pizza left, Derek informed me. Times have been tough since Obama keeps destroying the economy for the 12th straight year. I figured we could just have some of this cheese. I'm about to reply when I notice a figure carrying 2 large duffel bags enter the living room. Setting them down by the door, it's Derek's wife, Carrie, and she's surprisingly happy despite the circumstances. I don't think I've ever seen someone this thrilled to be getting a divorce. This is the last of it, Carrie calls over. You guys have fun tonight. I'm sorry it didn't work out, Derek replies, a deep and powerful weight in his voice. I'm sorry you can't appreciate all the great things Lord Trump has done for this nation. I'm sorry you don't understand that Lord Trump, the only man to ever swim across all oceans and the sole wielder of the timeline blade and the world record holder of healthiest man, is the most important relationship someone could have. I guess I'm just looking for a different kind of marriage, Carrie replies with a shrug, then turns to me. Hey Bill, how's Amber? I narrow my eyes, confused. Huh? Yeah, go fuck yourselves, laugh out loud. Amber, Carrie repeats. How's your wife doing? I haven't seen her in a while. I'm racking my brain, struggling to figure out what she's referencing. I remember the Trump rally last week and the Trump fundraiser 2 weeks before that. But for the life of me, I can't remember anyone named Amber. I don't know, I finally reply. This response finally seems to make Carrie crack a bit, a little sadness slipping into her expression for reasons that I can't quite understand. Can I ask you guys something? She finally begins. Derek and I both nod in unison. Why are you so obsessed with a guy who is such an obvious loser? He's an angry racist moron who can barely form a complete sentence. He's not cool. He's not smart. He's terrible at everything he does. What is it? I consider this a moment. He's relatable, I finally reply. Carrie cringes as I say this, some profound answer finally clicking within her mind. Yikes, is all that she offers in return, picking up her bags and heading out the door. Don't get too upset if things don't go the way you think they will, Derek's wife calls back to us over her shoulder. You might actually have to return to the real world. My friend and I ignore her, focusing instead on the breaking news that unfolds on the television screen before us. It appears the first results are coming in from a slew of states across the East Coast. They're not looking good. Did you read this last year? I don't think so. Yeah, don't forget sexist. I don't think I've read this before. Maybe I did, I don't know. What the hell? I question. Is this a comedy channel? Jorn comedy channel? Yaha? Derek flips the station up and down, checking to make sure it's actually tuned to Fawn's news. He is. We quickly fall into a strange trance as the night continues to unfold. Neither of us saying a word. My eyes are glued to the screen before me, watching as all of my dreams for the next 4 years begin to crumble. With every state that turns blue, I vaguely expect the next symbol... I cannot words. I vaguely expect the next to signal some incredible comeback for Trump, but this comeback never happens. As the night finally draws to an end, I stand up and head for the door, not saying a word to my friend Derek as I make my way down the front steps and climb into my truck. I head home to mourn. I open my eyes slowly, noticing that the sun is shining just at the right angle across my bedroom. Right at the... I can't words, goddamn. What happened on the halftime show last night? I don't watch the Super Bowl. What happened? Was it bad? Was it good? I know nothing about, like, I don't care about the Super Bowl. The only time I tuned in was when they teased they were going to do something with SpongeBob, and then they blue-balled us, and I was like, cool, fuck you. I opened my eyes slowly, noticing that the sun is shining at just the right angle through my bedroom blinds. It dances across my eyelids, lifting me up from a deep slumber, and instantly making me wish I could return to the warm embrace of dreamland. These days, I hate waking up. It's been 6 months since Trump lost the election, and I'm still having trouble believing this is the world we live in. Eminent. Ooh. Ho, 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 ho. Shit. People were probably pissed. Oh, that's funny. That's fucking funny. A lot of Red Hat profile pics post that they hated it. Yeah, I mean, we all know why. Fortunately, the complete and utter collapse of modern civilization that I was predicting hasn't happened yet, but I found myself faced with a whole host of other unexpected problems. It seems there were countless things in my life that had been left neglected while worshipping Trump, and many of them have withered and died. My relationship, which I had completely forgotten about, has ended, and most of my friends decided to cut ties long ago when my support for Lord Trump reached a fever pitch. I finally managed to reconnect with one of my buddies, who'd cut and run months earlier, but he didn't seem ready to forgive my antiquated views. Honestly, I'm not sure what he's talking about, but then again, I'm not really sure of much these days. Time seems to have collapsed, the hours bleeding together in an endless mass of nothingness. The refs ruined the game a bit. Horrible no call on a Bengals touchdown, then they call multiple things on the Bengals as the Rams were in the red zone. Probably to make up for the no call. One of the best halftime shows I've ever seen. The show was great, and the meltdown from racist fuckheads was even better. Yeah, that's all we can hope for, you know? A good halftime show and racists getting angry, you know? And if you're out there watching this and you're getting offended at me talking about racists, maybe you should look within yourself and figure out why you're offended. Why are you offended about racists being angry? Do you need to look inwards? Meh. I stand up and shuffle into the kitchen, looking around for some food, and then realizing there's nothing left. My year's supply of Tromp steaks has gone bad surprisingly early. I should probably go grocery shopping, but I need money for that, and I stopped showing up at work long ago in order to drive around town with my Tromp flags. Now that Tromp is gone, nothing matters. I turn around, heading back toward the bedroom, when suddenly there's a loud knock on the front door of my apartment. I didn't watch the halftime show, but if racists are salty about it, I know it was decent or better. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I watched none of the Super Bowl yesterday, but if racists are mad, you know, that's pretty fucking funny. I turn around, heading back toward the bedroom, when suddenly there's a loud knock on the front door of my apartment. I should be surprised and excited at the prospect of a visitor, but I can't seem to muster the emotion. It's not Lord Daddy Trump, the only man... Oh, hold on. My husband is calling me, so let me BRB real quick. My husband is picking up some delicious Valentine's Day Burger King. I had a MyPillow years ago, and it was the shittiest pillow I ever had. And I found out the founder is an asshole, which made me laugh. Let's be honest. If you had told me in 2010 that in 2020 we would have Trump as president and the MyPillow guy having conspiracy theory conferences, I would have called you crazy. But yeah, I feel like it can never be outdone. Like whoever wrote the story for our timeline like needs to stop. Still, okay, it's not Lord Daddy Trump, the only man to reach the end of pie, so who cares? Still, I should probably see who it is. I shuffle over to the door and slowly open it up, squinting as my eyes adjust to the light. Hello. I groan. Hey, Bill, comes a warm, cheery voice. How's it going? Shitty, I tell him. Didn't you hear? Trump lost the election. I did hear that, the figure replies, the shape finally coming into focus. I can now make out the form of my caller, finding that a large, muscular ballot box is standing on the stoop before me. He's clean-cut and handsome, smiling with knowing confidence. Who are you? I question. I'm the physical manifestation of your search for meaning now that your bigoted cult leader has been voted out of office. But you can call me Porp. P-O-R-P. Porp. The ballot box informs me. I've been here for a while, but I figured it was finally time to introduce myself. Go away, I counter. I don't want to go on some adventure of self-discovery. I just want to mourn. I start to close the door. This adventure involves a good pound in the butt, my manifested search for a meaningful life without Trump blurts. I stop, then open the door again. Really? I question. I mean, sex is a pretty good way to find joy, Porp offers. I know you think worshipping Trump is the greatest thing ever, but is it really better than sex? I consider this for a moment. You really have to think about that one, huh? The physical manifestation of my search for meaning offers, letting out a long sigh of disappointment. Let's go for a walk. Who cares about walking without Trump? I question mournfully. Yo, why is my fucking acid reflux so bad right now? Oh my god. Just give it a shot, is all that Porp can manage to get out. Clearly growing frustrated. I finally relent, stepping out into the sunlight and joining the physical manifestation as we make our way down the front steps and turn right on the sidewalk. Where are we going? I question. You used to love those coconut cookies at the coffee shop on the corner, right? The physical manifestation of my search for meaning now that my beloved cult leader has been removed from office offers. I'm willing to bet if you try a bite with an open mind, you realize there's still some good out here in the world. I let out a long sigh. But will anyone respect me without my Trump flags? It feels weird going anywhere without them. I'm gonna be straight up with you. Nobody respected your Trump flags, Porp informs me. Maybe one or two of your friends did, but they were all idiots. It really just revealed you to be a hateful, intolerant bigot. No way, I counter. Yes way. Porp continues. The first step of moving on is accepting the fact that you had some pretty ass backward ideas, and then making up for them. You might not realize it yet, but pictures of you waving Trump flags are going to be pretty mortifying several decades from now. I mean, they're mortifying now, to be fair, but you know what I mean. I really don't know what you mean, I offer. Porp lets out a frustrated sigh. Okay, what is it that you actually liked about Trump? He was mean to the people I don't like, I admit. He called them names and stuff. What? No way, I don't even want this coconut cookie. And where did that get anyone? My search for meaning questions. Is your life any better today than when it was before you started worshipping Trump? More importantly, Is the life of these people you don't like any better? Did they come to your side? Did any opinions change? Was a middle ground reached? I guess not, I admit, shaking my head. I immediately recognize a crack in the armor that I've built up around my mind. A small sliver of light shining through into the darkness. Porp is asking the right questions, and now I'm realizing just how afraid of the answers I really am. I don't even want to get into, like, despite me reading a political story, I don't even want to get into, like, the logistics of politics in America. It just makes my head hurt. I'm just like, tee-hee, man has sex with ballot box. What was all this for? We arrive at the coffee shop and head inside. I know exactly what I'm looking for. Heading up to the counter and purchasing one of those coconut cookies that I used to love so much. The barista, Connor, gives me a strange look as I order, acting much colder than I remember. That was weird, I offer to Porp as we head back out the door. Not really, the sentient physical manifestation of my search for meaning retorts. Your Trump support just made him feel unwelcome in his own neighborhood every time you wore it. That's why you wore it. Like, fuck. It's just a lot of stuff of, like, let me just say this. Vote in local elections, because that shit matters. Like, everybody likes to say that, like, the presidential election is, like, the most important election. Like, yeah, it's important, but vote in your local elections, please. That shit's important. I make a conscious effort to try to vote in my local elections more often. You know, COVID's made it a little difficult, and I don't think we've had any elections in Maryland. I think we have some coming up, but... Is there gonna be some serious ballot stuffing in the voting booth? It seemed fun at the time, I offer, starting to feel even more disappointed in myself. I was owning the libs! It seemed fun because all Trump's hate made you feel like the whole world was behind you, cheering you on. It's funny the homoerotic sex because the Trump crowd were homophobic. Homophobic! BAFSB 2022. I don't think my mom would want to deal with that stress. She'd be like, oh, fucking no, do shit. It seemed fun because all Trump's hate made you feel like the whole world was behind you, cheering you on. Porp continues. The truth is, the whole world just thought you were an idiot. Is it Trump or Trump? The way it's spelled in the book is Tromp, but you know what? Trump, like the W, like the Lorne W. I'm having more fun with that one, thinking about that it's spelled with a W like Lorne. Again, the wall that I've built around my mind cracks, letting in even more glorious warmth. At this point, I'm starting to crave the love and positivity, starting to appreciate a world where I don't have to craft an entire identity around my support for an authoritarian political figure. Said her year was 22. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'll be like, hey mom, when are you starting your political campaign? She'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I stop walking for a moment, staring down at the cookie in my hand. I haven't tasted it yet, worried that it's going to be nothing but bland and dry in this new world without Lord Daddy Trump. I take a bite and chew slowly. A smile begins to make its way out across my face. It's delicious, I announce. See? My search for meaning offers. I feel as though I'm erupting from a mental cage of darkness, escaping the shackles that have dragged me down for so long. I feel free, but I also feel deeply disturbed by my previous behavior. I glance over at Porp, who's eyeing me closely. He knows what I'm thinking. It's gonna take some hard work to get you back to a middle ground, the living concept informs me. You're in the hole right now. I know, I admit. Where do I start? Well, some donations and charity work would be great, but you've been through a lot. For today, why don't you just try and find some joy in the world without thinking about Trump, of course, Porp offers. We've got your cookie. What's next? I haven't been laid in a while, I admit. You mentioned something about that earlier, didn't you? Oh, here we go. Ballot stuffing. Stuffing the box. Stuffing the box. We're gonna stuff that box. A mischievous grin begins to creep its way across the ballot box's face. The second Porp and I return to my apartment, our hands are all over one another, kissing passionately, as we slam the door behind us and stumble into my living room. The sentient manifestation of my search for meaning begins to frantically pull away my clothing and toss it to the side, revealing my nude body to the warm afternoon air. Still, I can't help feeling a shiver run the length of my spine in anticipation of what's to come. The world has so much more to offer than supporting a bigoted buffoon, and I can't wait to dive in. That's a nice way to put that. Chuck Tingle, like, with all the hee-hee butthole anal, butthole valley, gay T-Rexes, like, he's got moments of, like, really good clarity and, like, shit you can really take away from it. I work my hands lower and lower across Porp's ballot box form, the physical manifestation closing his eyes tight and letting out a long, satisfied groan as I continue to tease him. Are you gonna spread your butterfly ballot box for me? Hi, Michael Mendoza. You popped into me reading fan fiction that's gross. And well, it's not gross necessarily. I mean, if you don't like gay sex, then I guess it's gross, but or like hearing gay sex, I should say. We're reading Chuck Tingle novels for Valentine's Day. Also, I hope no matter what like holiday it is for you today, if it's Singles Day, Valentine's Day, or if it's just another day for you, I hope you're having a good day. And thanks again for 500 subscribers. I appreciate you guys. And I love you guys. I love you in the way that I love you in the way that a content creator can love their audience, you know? Good thing I'm anti-homophobe like Lauren. Exactly. Hold on, I gotta put this I gotta report that bot. Okay. My attention starts on his chest and then works its way down to his gloriously chiseled abs, but I hesitate before taking things further. Instead, I let the tension build between us, tracing my finger along the concept's waistline as I watch his cock swell and engorge. Valentine's Day is something I didn't know existed until this year. I'm super serial. I never paid attention, I guess. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, holidays, like, now that are kind of counters to Valentine's Day. It's like friends, like Valentine's Day, which is like with your friends. There's Singles Day, which is, you know, you single. That's fine. There's another, I think there's like a friends. It wasn't Galentine's. It was specifically called something. I don't remember what it was called. Instead, I let the tension build between us, tracing my finger along the concept's waistline as I watch his cock swell and engorge. Friendsgiving, that's the one I'm thinking of. Another one I didn't know about until I met my wife. It's fun to celebrate traditional holidays in your own way, you know? Please. The physical manifestation of my search for meaning whimpers, the single word falling out of his mouth as an aching, desperate plea. Finally, I have mercy, reaching down and wrapping my hand tight around the living concept's giant dick. They always have big old dicks. I begin to pump my hand slowly across Porp's rod, taking my time with him as the two of us gradually fall into a rhythm together. I take note of the way his hips push back against mine, matching his internal groove as the pleasure begins to build. Of course, it's not long before I'm craving even more from this muscular ballot box. Without a word, I drop to my knees before Porp, gazing up at him with cock-hungry eyes and then opening wide to swallow his giant shaft. I immediately get to work, matching the pace we've already established as I suck him off. Oh, fuck, that feels so good. The sentient manifestation moans, leaning his head back and shutting his eyes tight. Yeah, cock-hungry eyes. I keep going, reaching up and cradling his balls as I give this oral performance everything I've got. Our speed keeps escalating, and soon enough I'm slamming my face onto his cock as hard as I can. With nowhere left to go, I finally pull back and center myself. When I'm ready, I open wide and consume Porp's cock yet again. Why is his name Porp? Hold on, I'm gonna type in porp. Let's see what that means. Porp. It's a thing for your ears. So I think porp was just a random name he picked. When I'm ready, I open wide and consume porp's cock yet again. Only this time I don't move back and forth. Instead, I take the sentient search for meaning all the way down into my throat, somehow managing to relax my gag reflex, and allow him passage into my depths. The next thing I know, my face is pressed up hard against his incredible abs, the living concept's hands against the back of my head as he holds me in place. I remain like this for as long as I possibly can, showing off this perfectly performed deep throat until I finally run out of air and pull back with a sputtering gasp. See, it's always the same in these. It's, they make out, they suck dick and then deep throat, and then they have a good pounding. I'm belligerent with lust now, ready to give myself over to porp completely. I turn around and fall forward onto my hands and knees, popping out my ass towards the sentient manifestation of my search for meaning as I crawl across the floor with as much swagger as I can muster. I reach back and give my ass cheek a playful slap, holding myself open for him, and allowing the living concept a good look at what I'm working with. Fuck me, I demand. Fuck. Hold on! Hold the fuck! Ah! I hope y'all are ready for this. Holy shit. Oh, excuse me. Fuck me like my shitty opinions fucked over so many people for 4 years. It's the only way I can move past this and start over. Holy shit. Why the fuck is that so fucking good? Fuck me like my shitty opinions fucked over so many people for 4 years. Jesus Christ, that's good. Well, it's not the only way, porp offers with a smile, climbing down into a position behind me. Like I said, some community work and donations to progressive charities would be nice, but it's a fun way. I can feel his enormous rod teasing the limits of my puckered back door, resting against my anal seal, and then finally pushing through as a startled gasp escapes my lips. After taking this manifestation's rod in my throat, I figured I was anally prepared for his incredible size. I was wrong. Holy shit, I blurt. That dick is so fucking huge! A caring lover, porp holds tight within me. Instead of pumping in and out, he remains in my depths and allows me a moment to adjust to his girth, waiting until all the discomfort gradually slips away. Soon enough, a feeling of pleasant, aching fullness begins to wash through me, and before long, the sentient manifestation of my search for meaning and me are rocking together with graceful pumps. Just like that. Oh, just like that, just like that, I begin to repeat over and over again, my eyes rolling back into my head as he pounds me from behind. 8 inches of hard salami. 8 inches of cock. It's not long before our pace begins to quicken, transforming into a ferocious pound as porp slams my body. I brace myself against the weight of the ballot box, my fingers digging into the floor below. When I read, I skim slightly ahead, so like my brain will like combine letters and like move them. A real cock. I love how he says that. Down your throat. Come on, Pepper Boy. I brace myself against the weight of the ballot box, my fingers digging into the floor as the carnal pleasure continues to build. Soon enough, I can feel the first hints of orgasm spilling out across my body, starting at the pit of my stomach and then filling me with an incredible warmth unlike anything I've ever experienced. I begin to tremble and quake, the feelings within simply too much to contain. Meanwhile, I reach down between my legs and grab a hold of my hanging cock, beating myself off in time with the sentient concept's powerful slams. Okay, so then butt stuff, and then jerking themselves off while they're getting fucked. Oh my god, I scream. I'm gonna fucking come. Porp doesn't let up for a second as the climax overwhelms me, pounding away at my butthole with everything he's got. I clench my teeth as every nerve within my frame fires in unison, my muscles tensing and releasing in spastic fits as a hot payload of milky jizz erupts from the head of my shaft. The cum splatters out across my living room floor in beautiful patterns of white. Soon enough, the sentient manifestation of my search for meaning has now that my beloved cult leader has been voted out, is coming as well. It's Peppercini, howling wildly as he blasts his hot load within. I can feel his spunk filling me up, packing my ass with seed, and then the liquid spilling forth in pearly streaks when he finally pulls out. Oh, fuck, I groan, collapsing to the floor. That was incredible. The two of us remain like this for a good while, just basking in the moment while we catch our breath. I'm lost in thought, feeling satisfied, but also gravely disappointed in myself and the things I once believed. Jizz erupts from the head of my shaft. There you go, voice to voice. There's a fart for you. I can see there's more to the world than just supporting an asshole politician, I offer. A lot more. Good, the ballot box replies with a nod. What's next? I question. Porp laughs. What's next is not my responsibility, he explains. I just got the ball rolling. And technically, that's because I'm a part of you. Oh, yeah, I stammer. I guess you are. The point is, you've got a lot of work to do. And it's nobody else's responsibility to explain how that work needs to be done. Everyone else was working towards love while you were basking in hate, so they don't owe you everything. They don't owe you anything. I understand. Oh, understood, I reply. I don't know if you'll ever live it down, Porp continues, but figuring that out is your journey, not ours. I nod, then climb to my feet, opening up the blinds and letting the light stream into my apartment for the first time in months. I've got a big grind ahead of me. Whether or not it's enough for me to atone isn't my call, that's everyone else's. I wouldn't be surprised if they never forgive me. Hell, I don't know if I'll ever forgive myself. But I'm gonna put in the work. We've been going for like 2.5 hours now, and my dinner will be here soon, so I think I'm gonna stop here. What was everybody's favorite? My favorite was the real estate investment in his butt. That was my favorite one. That one was unexpected, and I just imagined that it was like a dude and the Onceler, basically. God, I love Chuck Tingle. He's so fucking good. Please support Chuck Tingle. He's good. I fell asleep and the clapping woke me up. Oh, I'm sorry! I guess it's a good time though, cause like I'm ending the stream, so the Trump one was your favorite. How did that not? Oh, there we go. No, that's not the right one. There it is. Thank you so much for joining me. This was a lot of fun. It was a lot more fun. I mean, I thought it was gonna be fun, but I don't know. I'm sure y'all can tell I'm like having fun getting into like the voices and stuff. Like I'm actually having fun with like the voice acting. And Chuck Tingle is always a delight to read, as much as I was giggling about it. It's clearly it's written as a social commentary, and it doesn't even need to be good, but he decides to make it good. So, please go check out Chuck Tingle, because he's so fucking funny. And thanks again to you for subscribing and getting me to 500 subs. Like, it's I know I keep, like, bringing it up, and again, I don't care about the number of subs. I care that you guys, I don't know, you guys like my stuff, and I appreciate it. You better not have a romantic Valentine's date planned with that damn doctor. I have Burger King coming to my house. That's my romantic Valentine's date. So I'll stream some Learn stuff tomorrow. Some chat log Wednesday. I don't even fucking know if I'm gonna stream on Thursday, honestly. Like, I keep saying I'm going to, and then I don't, like a bastard. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.